So why am I sharing this with you? How we hold on to things and how we want them to be the same. This is where we get rigid and we don't become adaptable. And I was strangling it from growing into its next phase. Hi there, Jodie Bentley here, actor, producer, and career coach. And today, I'm literally going to tell you a story about my fingernail. Yes, my fingernail. So I invite you to join me on this story because by the end of it, I will be sharing with you some pretty deep metaphors and lessons on how we all approach goal setting. Okay, so it's like last week and my nails are like all become the same length, which never happens for me. So that was pretty exciting. But then I had noticed that this nail started to break. But it started to break like deep in the nail bed, like below the white part of your nail, like where it's really going to hurt. So I looked at that and I went, haha, I must fix it. So for about 3 days, I kept putting crazy glue on my fingernail to hold it together because I knew that if it got stuck on something or pulled, it was going to break and it was going to hurt. And then at night, I started putting a Band-Aid on my finger. So it wouldn't pull on the pillowcase or when I rolled over or something in bed. So I was literally putting crazy glue and a Band-Aid on my fingernail to keep it from breaking. After about 3 days of doing this, I finally looked at it and I was like, why don't I just cut it? Why don't I just cut my nail? So I literally started laughing. I cut my nail down. It still wasn't cut low enough where it wouldn't hurt, but it was much easier to maintain and handle. And then within a couple days, the nail grew out and there was no pain, right? It was just now a new journey with my fingernail. So why am I sharing this with you? Okay, so I want to just talk about how we hold on to things and how we want them to be the same. Okay, this is where we get rigid and we don't become adaptable with how we approach our life, approach our goals, approach what we want in our lives, right? So I wanted my nail to be the same. Damn it. I was holding on to what I wanted my nail to be, not what it was growing into. So I was forcing it to be something that it was not. And how many times do you do that with goals? Right? We strangle our goals. This is why a lot of people do not like goal setting or resist goal setting, is because they set a goal and then they strangle it and then it doesn't happen. It's because they're strangling it. And that's what I was doing with my fingernails, putting on crazy glue to try to keep it to be something it was not. And I was strangling it from growing into its next phase, right? So it was really interesting to me to how we hold on to things and how change is hard and how we want things to be the same. We want them to look a certain way. So the other lesson I was uncovering with all of this was how we just try to fix things sometimes by putting a Band-Aid on it. And I literally put a Band-Aid on my fingernail so it wouldn't break, trying to fix it. But in essence, I was ignoring it. I was ignoring it because it actually needed a little more love and attention to be well, to grow, to manifest into its next phase. But I was just slapping on a Band-Aid, hoping it would be better, hoping it wouldn't break. Right? So literally, sometimes we just try to throw a Band-Aid on something when it requires more of our attention and nurturing and love to actually be fixed or to actually grow into what it's meant to be, right? And the third thing that I realized is how we can set ourselves up for failure in the disguise of taking care of myself. Again, I was putting on the crazy glue, putting on the Band-Aids, thinking I'm doing a good thing for myself. But in essence, I was self-sabotaging myself because in the back of my head, I knew it was going to break. I knew it was going to break. It was inevitable that my nail was going to break and that it was going to hurt. That was inevitable, right? But I kept prolonging it, thinking I'm taking care of myself, but just setting myself up for self-sabotage and ultimately pain. Right? Because the little tear was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I just kept trying to put on a Band-Aid and fix it. So I was self-sabotaging myself and setting myself up for failure. So I really invite you to notice when and where this happens for you. Notice that when you set a goal or an intention, it doesn't turn out exactly as you had wished. What do you do? So just start to notice, one, what are you putting on a Band-Aid to fix something that really might require some more foundational love and nurturing to be able to move forward from a place of trust, right? Or from a place of knowing as opposed to a place of guessing or hoping, right? Second thing, where are you not allowing things to be adaptable? Right? What are you holding on to with all your might? What are you holding on to make sure it looks a certain way to keep it together? Because that is no way to move through your life, and that is no way to allow your goals to happen. You are strangling them and killing them before they even get off the ground. So where are you not allowing things to change and be adaptable? And the third thing to really ask yourself and notice is, are you setting yourself up for failure, or are you setting yourself up for success? Right? And sometimes those things can be disguised in a certain way, but we really get to be clear and honest with yourself of, am I really setting myself up for failure, or am I doing all that I can to bring joy and ease and success in this, not failure and lack and fear in this, right? Which is all I was doing for those 3 days, was setting myself up for failure. So I know this metaphor can be silly, and man, it really struck a chord with me, and I just had to share it with you, my community, because I know that some of you are feeling this, right? That some things might have not have gone as you planned this year, but we're still trying to, jam that square peg in a round hole. So of course that's not bringing ease and joy in your life, right? And how are you setting yourself up for success now, as opposed to strangling something and holding on to something and really setting yourself up for failure? So I just wanted to share this with you and really start to think about this as you set goals, as we jump into a new year, as we lay the foundation and groundwork for our new sets of goals and intentions that we want to achieve. So how you are setting them up is key for your own happiness and your own longevity, and again, your own ease as we navigate this business. So that's all I had to say. So I wanted to share my fingernail story with you. In hopes that it sheds some light on how you might be approaching goals, projects, and tasks in your life. All right, post it in the comments below how you feel about this. Let me know where you may be holding on and not being super adaptable and embracing change. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.